Good morning. It's 11 o'clock, and I hereby call this meeting to order. I'd like to recognize Mr. Bobby Stem, Randy Robinson, and Brent Burwell as distinguished guests joining us this morning. Thank you very much for being here. Commission Secretary, please call the roll.
Mr. Coburn?
Coburn here.
Mr. Grimsley?
Grimsley here.
Mr. Shannon?
Here.
Mr. Freimiller?
Freimiller here.
Mr. Dyson?
Dyson here.
Mr. Alexander? Mr. LaForge?
LaForge here.
Mr. Junk?
Junk here.
Mr. Peterson?
Here. Thank you. Item 113 is approval of the minutes of the Transportation Committee meeting on July 10th, 2023. Do I have a motion for approval of item 113?
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Shannon. Do I have a second?
Second.
And any discussion? All right. Then let's begin the thrilling trip of voting electronically. There we are. We have 2 abstentions, and the measure passes with 6 approving. Consent docket contains items 114 through 116. If any commissioner would like to pull an individual item out for discussion, he may do so at this time. Otherwise, I'll hear a motion for approval of the consent docket.
I make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Freimiller, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second, Coburn.
Second, thank you. Please cast your vote electronically. Motion passes 8-0. Thank you. Item 117 is engineering contracts. Mr. Tegler, you're recognized to present.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, Mr. Secretary. Item 117 are the engineering contracts this month. I have 8 of those. 2 of them are statewide and 6 are project-specific. And these project-specific contracts are included in the current 8-year construction work plan. Part A, statewide, all districts on-demand environmental services for local government projects. The department has selected 9 firms to provide these services. They are C.H. Guernsey and Company, CC Environmental, CP&Y, doing business as STV Infrastructure, Friesen Nichols, Garver, Hudson Prince Engineering and Inspection, Kleinfelder, Olson, and Stantec Consulting Services. Aggregate not to exceed amount for these 9 contracts is $2,400,000. Part B is statewide, all districts. This is our balanced mixed design program development and implementation. The department has selected EST to provide this service. Total not to exceed amount for this contract is $1 million. Part C, Garvin County and District 3. The department has selected MacArthur Associated Consultants to prepare construction plans for State Highway 19. The proposed project improvements include improving traffic flow, address drainage issues, and adding sidewalk. Total not to exceed amount is $1,502,769. Part D in Logan County in District 4. Department has selected Jacobs Engineering Group to prepare construction plans for State Highway 51. Proposed project improvements are adding shoulders to a 2-lane road. Total not to exceed amount is $1,598,005. Part E in Major County in District 6. Department has selected Tetra Tech to provide preliminary engineering and construction plans for a city bridge in Fairview. Proposed project improvements are replacing a bridge on existing alignment. Total not to exceed amount is $251,731. Part F in Rogers County in District 8. Department has selected Poe & Associates to provide preliminary engineering and construction plans for the State Highway 266, State Highway 167. This is a intersection modification for the improvements. Total not to exceed amount is $1,340,960. Part G in Rogers County in District 8. Department has selected EST to provide preliminary engineering and construction plans for the US 412. The proposed project improvements are a new interchange, and we also are combining this with 2 off-system projects to the Port of Enola. Total not to exceed amount is $2,500,000. And finally, Part H, also in Tulsa County in District 8. Department has selected Tetra Tech to prepare construction plans for US 75. Proposed project improvements are reconstruct and rehabilitate the existing facility. Total not to exceed amount is $591,800. Approval is recommended. Try to answer any questions if you have any this morning.
Thank you. You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 117?
Move them be approved, LaForge.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second, Dyson.
Thank you. Any discussion? If not, please cast your vote. Measure passes 7 with 1 abstention. Thank you. Item 118 is engineering contract supplements. Mr. Tegler, you're recognized to continue.
Thank you. I have 2 parts this month for our contract supplements. Both of these projects are also included in the 8-year construction work plan. Part A is our McCurtain County and District 2. Previously, we've selected Freeze and Nichols to perform the preliminary engineering and construction plans for US 259. Proposed project improvements are reconstruct and rehabilitate the existing facility, add capacity to the roadway, intersection modification, and safety improvements. This is Phase 2 of this contract, and you all probably know where this one's at. It's Hochatown. Part B in Pittsburgh County and District 2. The department previously authorized Freeze and Nichols for our construction plans for US 69. The improvements are reconstruct and rehabilitate existing facility, replace a bridge on existing alignment, and safety improvements. Supplement not to exceed amount of $60,800. Approval is recommended. Answer any questions if you gentlemen have any this morning.
Thank you. You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 118?
So moved, Grimsley.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Commissioner Shannon, any discussion? If not, please cast your votes.
Bob, I meant to vote yes on the previous one. I hit abstain instead of yes.
Okay. Well, so noted. Motion still passed.
Yeah,
I think we're good.
Somebody went, why did you
Sarah?
abstain? So, okay.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Tegler. Item 119 is change orders with a cumulative total of $75,000 or less. This is for information only. Mr. Leonard, you're recognized to present.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. I'd like to present item number 119, parts A through X. These are change orders on projects which have a cumulative total of change orders of $75,000 or less. This item is presented for your information only. No action is necessary, but I'd certainly be glad to answer any questions.
All right. If there are no questions, Mr. Leonard, you're recognized to present item 120, change orders with a cumulative total greater than $75,000.
Item number 120, parts A through double G. These are change orders on projects which have a cumulative total of change orders greater than $75,000. Your approval is recommended, and I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you. You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 120?
Make a motion.
Commissioner Freimiller, thank you. And do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Junk, thank you. Any discussion? If not, please cast your vote. Motion passes 8-0. Thank you. Item 121 is proposed bid openings. Mr. Hackney, you're recognized to present.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Item 121, proposed bid openings, consists of the final September 2023, the tentative October 2023, and the tentative November 2023 bid openings. The department recommends approval.
You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 121?
So moved, Coburn.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
LaForge, second.
Second, Commissioner LaForge, thank you. Any discussion? If not, please cast your vote. Motion passes 8-0. Thank you. Item 122 is proposed county improvements of roads and bridges 5-year county work plan. Mr. Dudgeon, you are recognized to present.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Brandon Dudgeon. I'm the Assistant Division Manager for Local Government Division. Presented for your consideration this morning is the County Improvements for Roads and Bridges 5-year plan. The department has worked collaboratively with the counties and circuit engineering districts from across the state to compile a continued 5-year SERB plan. Funding for the SERB plan, or SERB program, is currently derived from a portion of the revenues accruing from the Motor Vehicle and Registration Act as authorized in House Bill 2249. The plan was developed with consideration for the critical needs of the county transportation system within the financial constraints of funding projected to be available to the program. Your approval is recommended, and I'll be happy to take any questions.
You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 122?
Motion, Dyson.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Coburn.
Second, Commissioner Coburn, thank you. And any discussion? No, please cast your vote. Motion passes 8-0. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
Item 123 is an emergency declaration. This is for your information only. Mr. Davis, you are recognized to present.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioners, this is an emergency declaration on NBI 16184. This is going to be a bridge on US 75 northbound over Polecat Creek in Tulsa County. During the routine inspection activity, ODOT Bridge Division personnel discovered cracking in beam line 4 in 2 separate spans of the northbound bridge, including an 11-inch crack in span 2 and multiple smaller cracks in span 4. Beam line 4 is located under mainline traffic. Bridge Division recommended that District 8 forces implement a lane restriction to remove live loads from the area of concern. As such, northbound US 75 is restricted to a single lane of traffic at this time. Daily traffic counts in this location exceed 55,000 vehicles per day. The impact of the lane closure is severely affecting the functionality of this critical stretch of highway that is a main artery into the city of Tulsa from the south. It was recommended that an emergency repair project be authorized and repairs be made as soon as possible. In accordance with Title 61 of the Oklahoma State Statutes, Section 130, and the Oklahoma Administrative Code, Section 730, Secretary Gatz has authorized an emergency repair project for this structure at an estimated cost of $350,000. The timeline to complete the repairs was unknown at the time of this declaration, but I can tell you that on Thursday, we will be opening bids, or excuse me, tomorrow, we will be opening bids on this project. The notice to proceed, they will begin work on Thursday. It's going to be a 30-day calendar day project. The B time maximum bid on it is 25 days with a 10-day incentive, so the hope is to get in there and get this done and have that open back up before the Labor Day weekend. Happy to answer any other questions.
Thank you, Mr. Excuse me.
One question on the lifetime of this bridge. Do we anticipate it's going to go? I mean, are we going to be replacing the bridge any time on the horizon? Do you think?
I can't answer that right now. This was the bridge itself is in pretty good shape. They just found some cracks in the beams.
Okay.
It was underneath a joint that had taken some water, probably salt damage, things like that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Yeah. Thank you.
Item 124 is awards. Mr. Dels, you are recognized to present.
Good morning, Commissioner, Chairmans. Item 124 are recommendations for the July bid openings. Part A, it is recommended that the following items from the July 13th bid opening be referred to by call order be awarded. Its call orders 805, 810, 815, 825, 826, 828, and 830. Part B, it is recommended that the following items from the July 20th bid opening referred to by call order be awarded. It's call order 902, 903, 907, 914, and 921. This concludes our recommendations for awards. Approval is requested.
Thank you. You've heard the presentation. Do I have a motion for approval of item 124?
Motion, Junk.
Commissioner Junk, thank you. Second, Commissioner Shannon. Thank you very much. Any discussion? If not, please cast your vote. Motion passes 8-0. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Dels.
you, Commissioners.
Item 125 is the Director's Report. Secretary Gatz, you are recognized to present.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, good morning. Don't want to belabor the US 75 emergency that we've got too much, but other than, and I thought our bridge engineer, Justin Hernandez, did a great job describing it this morning in the subcommittee meeting when he said, with the lane closed, it's not so much a structural emergency as it is a traffic emergency. And I think that's 100% accurate. The bridge is structurally sound with this lane closed, but there is an immediate and urgent need to get traffic flowing back normal at that location. So that's the impetus of the emergency declaration. Looking forward to getting in there and getting out, and we'll do everything we can to get it back open by Labor Day. Very much appreciate your consideration this morning of the county improvements for roads and bridges 5-year construction work plan. That has proven to be one of the most important partnerships with county government that the department has and the state of Oklahoma has with our county transportation partners. I would describe our county commissioners as primary partners. You know, the traveling public, whether you're on a city street, a county road, or a state highway, they don't care. They want all of them to be good. So again, this gives us an opportunity to work very closely with our county commissioners and make sure that we're making wise investments in the county road system. $804 million is the value of the 5-year plan right now, so it's a significant investment. And again, we're proud to be partnered with the counties to invest in the county road system. I want to touch briefly on some up-and-coming projects, and the first one is I-35 and State Highway 9 West at the interchange. We certainly appreciate your consideration for the award of the contract for this. It's an interchange that's been in the works and is long overdue. So it's time for us to address this particular location with a significant improvement. And when you look at that location, we're going to realign the on and off ramps. This will be a diverging diamond interchange as depicted there. This is the one at Elk City that's currently operational. We've got another diverging diamond under construction at Memorial and the Creek Turnpike, and really excited about the future of the interchange, how effectively and efficiently we believe it'll move traffic. It also includes some local road improvements around that also will make a difference for the area. And something that's long overdue is widening of Interstate 35 through that location, picking up there at the River Bridge and widening it to 6 lanes to the Goldsby interchange. So it's a big undertaking, large project, and is exactly what we should be doing at that location. We believe this will function very well for the future and make much safer travel. The beginning of desperately needed investments in the 35 South Corridor. So again, we're very much appreciate your consideration and approval. Also this morning at State Highway 19 in Grady County, we've got an 8-mile project that will add shoulders. And again, this is a poster child, if you would, for adding shoulders to rural 2-lane highways. State Highway 19 carries about 4,000 cars a day. Certainly a major cut through between Chickasha over to I-35 at Pauls Valley, and both directions from Chickasha. Jay Earp down in District 7 has done a good job of prioritizing investments in the 19 corridor, and we're really excited to get that project underway. It will start sometime after the first of the year, and we're looking at probably 700 plus days, 2.5 years to get completed. So it's a significant improvement, but also one on a highway, again, that epitomizes the investment in safe travel on rural 2-lane highways. So very much appreciate your consideration there. And then an example of a pavement rehabilitation and patching project in District 1 on US 75 near Okmulgee. And Chris Wallace, district engineer there in District 1, has been making a series of investments. And this type of a project at $2.7 million is really squeezing all of the life cycle that we can out of that existing pavement. So not a full depth pavement replacement, but getting at some problem areas, and Chris has done a good job really working on what'll be a series of projects there to make those improvements. A little bit of a project update on Interstate 40 and the resurfacing project out at Morgan Road. That project has gone extremely well. It's underway. We very, very much appreciate the cooperation and attention of the traveling public through those locations. We've done a lot of night work, some lane closures during the weekends, and it's proven to be very effective. The contractors, Haskell Lemon, they've done a good job of getting in there and getting work done whenever the lane closures were in effect, and that will continue through November. So we ask the traveling public to continue to be attentive, continue to pay attention to the traffic advisories that we put out, because there will be some changing traffic conditions out there in that corridor. But we survived through the tax-free weekend with some very significant retail traffic in the area, and the guys did a good job of managing to make sure we had everything as open as it could be during that time. But again, that'll be a continuation, run through November, and we expect that if everything goes well, we may be able to complete that one early. So, on the safety forefront, as part of our safety campaign this month, you will see a focus on pedestrian safety. At one time or another, everyone's a pedestrian. When motorists practice safe driving habits, we can create a safer walking environment for our communities. And, you know, we're about to return to school, so with children returning to school, you've got to really remember to be attentive in the school zones. Also remind you to be attentive around school buses as they load and unload, and pay particular attention to that stop sign that comes out off those buses, and make sure that you're looking out for the kids. If you see pedestrians walking or standing on the highways, sometimes shoulder or adjacent, do your best to look out for them, move over. If you look at pedestrian accidents, we see, of course, occasional accidents in crosswalks. Certainly see a few accidents sometimes when a pedestrian might find their way into a location that's just not conducive to pedestrian travel, trying to run across the interstate in traffic or something like that. But we also see too many pedestrian accidents where someone's on the side of the road changing a flat tire. So when you're outside your vehicle, number one, you should really be mindful about that decision, because you are extremely vulnerable outside your vehicle. Sometimes it's necessary. And then we would ask that drivers be attentive to those vehicles that might be on the shoulder having difficulty, and because too many times we're seeing a driver drift onto the shoulder too close to the pedestrian. Sometimes that causes a pedestrian vehicle conflict that usually has a bad outcome. So certainly want everybody to pay attention to pedestrians, both normal pedestrians and also those occasional pedestrians that might be just a stalled car or a flat tire on the side of the road. We rank 40th in the nation for seatbelt use. I'm on my seatbelt soapbox, and I will continue to be on my seatbelt soapbox, because just even over the weekend, way too many accidents that resulted in severe injuries and fatalities that may have been avoidable if they would simply have buckled their seatbelt. So again, I plead with the traveling public, certainly everyone that is an advocate for the transportation industry. That means whether you're a contractor, whether you're a consulting engineer, anybody involved in transportation, we should be advocating for seatbelt usage, because it can be the difference between walking away from an accident or being one of our fatality statistics. And we really need everybody's help to put a focus on this issue and reduce our fatality rates here in the state of Oklahoma. It will be a difference maker. With that, Mr. Chairman, I would stand for any questions that the Commission may have of me, and appreciate your consideration and time this morning.
Thank you, Secretary Gatz. Any questions for the Secretary? None? All right. Commissioners have no other comments. I'd hear a motion for item 126, which is adjournment.
Motion Dyson.
Thank you. And do I have a second?
Second, Frymiller.
Thank you. Please cast your vote. Motion passes 8-0. We are adjourned.